Hey, Bridget. Hey, hey. Eesh, what's happening? How you been, Eesh?
Yo, Ish, what up? Nephew, what's happening? Everybody's on. You set it off when you're ready, Sheree. Give it a second to let the room load up a little bit.
Who is this YDH consultant? Don't know who
Margo,
that is.
what's up, Margo? You said what?
Never mind. Yo, John.
Sis, what up? Sis, I mean, got you a new saddle. You heard? Yeehaw! Got you a new saddle.
Thank you.
She cracking up. She told she gonna give me the chocolate Gerber Jones. You a hater. You a hater. All right, so let's get into the whole journey of where we left off at, I guess. Sheree, you can set us off.
Um,
Rocking.
hold
What up,
on.
Goose? Let's see where I can here.
Hold on.
Oh, look, while we waiting, y'all, just sit there. Sis, what up with you? Um, what up, Kelly?
Kelly.
While y'all waiting here, just take the punch some of those. Take the that airplane on the side and share it with a few of your folks, with some of the folks, so we can, you know what I'm saying, get it popping in this joint. Got a story to tell. Oh, it's cool. Yeah. All right, that's cool. That's good right there. Go ahead, hit this in. Lift it up so you hit this in. Got a story to tell. The adventures of moving from Philly to Vegas.
So if anybody's new to the podcast, me and Jamal started a podcast probably almost 2 years ago. talking about just how our marriage has been in the last 13 years. It hasn't been always sweet, well, majority of it. And when the pandemic hit, things just drastically changed for us, and we're still trying to stay on that positive path and being supportive of each other. And so
I love chocolate Gerber.
we was on here last week. We were supposed to be talking about what was going on so far from the first part, but we got a little sidetracked. We started talking about other stuff. But so on June 21st, I found this moving company. My girlfriend told me about this app called Thumbtack. That's what I was saying. And it's like a platform for people who give out different services, which is a great platform. Any service you can possibly think of, the services listed on there. If you have a service that you offer, definitely go look into it. It's a great platform. But I found this particular moving company on there. And, you know, I talked to him, explained to him our situation, what we was trying to do. Because overall, me looking for somebody, they were talking about 10,000 or more to move across the country, basically, to move our things. So I found this one company, great number that they offered to do it. And, you know, their communication was good and everything else like that during the process. And, you know, so we, you know, I talked to Jamal about it, and then we decided to go with them. So they came and got our stuff on July 24th because we moved everything out of our house. We sold our house and everything like that. So we were staying with my father-in-law, which is Jamal's dad at that time. And our stuff was stored in his garage. So they came and picked up everything on July 24th. So our stuff pretty much got picked up in the process of going to Vegas. Even still at that time, I don't even think we did we have a house yet? No, we didn't. We still didn't have nowhere to live yet. Yes, we did. Because we were still in the, hey Shiz, we were still at the hotel during that process. So we did have somewhere to live or whatever and everything like that. So we was just getting the final touches as far as like payment and getting stuff
Back.
cut on and everything else like that. So I think by the time we got to Jamal's dad, we did have somewhere to live. So we end up this first house that we went for. I mean, they gave us the complete runaround. They wanted a year's rent.
Crazy.
They they just wanted a whole lot from us or whatever, and it was just like, you got to be kidding me. So we end up not going with their house, and then it was a second house on our list that we actually end up getting, was because the first one, of course, was the first house we actually really liked. We liked everything about it, but we end up not getting it. But we did get our second choice of house, which it was well worth it. I'm glad we actually went with this house. It fits us perfect, too. And so we started that whole process, getting stuff switched over, lining up everything, picking out furniture while we still at home, tying up in odds and ends at home, things like that. Just getting fully prepared to move to Vegas or whatever. So in the meantime, I'm still working. Jamal's still working. You know, just getting everything together. Still doing our normal. So then, by then, we actually, matter of fact, before they picked up our stuff, we had like a little go away party. Thanks to everybody that came out and supported us. That was nice to see everybody, to see us off. You know, a lot of people that been just supporting us in general throughout this whole entire time came out. We had a great time. It was like we had definitely had a ball, which that was good to see everybody. They signed our little going away little thing we had. So I do have that here in the house. I just ain't put it up yet, but I got it. And it was just good to just see how loved we were and stuff like that. So then they picked up our stuff. So we got our flights, everything else like that, ready to go. So we plan to leave, which was on July 31st. So we go to the airport, pretty much we ready to go. We did our last 2 weeks at Jamal's dad's, and what time is it here? It's 6:15 p.m. So we 3 hours behind y'all. So at home is like 9:16, but here is 9:15. Why is Chink calling me? Um, so we get to the airport all hype, ready to go. I got 4 round trip tickets. I mean, one-way tickets, I'm sorry, to Vegas for like $300. Of course, y'all know it was with Spirit, but hey, what you gonna do? So we get there and the flight gets delayed, and we just in the airport or whatever, and we just sitting there to the point where they end up canceling our flight. So they canceled our flight. That was like a whole. When I get off here, I was wondering why you was calling me. We wait and they end up canceling the flight, which was crazy because they didn't have no other flight going out, and it was just like, oh my God, what are we going to do? The next flight, of course, they wanted us to schedule with them, but it was sold out for the next day. So we actually end up having to we end up buying new flights. Hey, daughter. We end up getting flights to Southwest, which it wasn't bad. Southwest actually is all right. They got free bags and all of that stuff. So after they canceled our flight, we end up getting new flights for the next day. So we went back to Jamal Dad's house for a whole nother day. I was feeling like, is this a sign? Are we not supposed to leave? Like, it was just so much. I just had so much anxiety because I'm like, oh my God, we are never going to get out of here. We're going to be just stuck because the flights was crazy. I could just say that. Like, it ended up being like an astronomical price for us to end up leaving, coming here, but I feel like it was still well worth it. So finally, the next day we got up. We had a flight leaving at 12. Yeah, we were supposed to leave at 12. Get to the airport, do the whole process over again, check in, get in line, security, blah, blah, blah. Get there, to turn around, the flight gets delayed, y'all. Another flight gets delayed. And I was just in my head like, what is going on? Like, we ain't gonna never get out of here. Like, I didn't know that was just a sign of telling me like maybe we shouldn't leave, maybe we shouldn't go, because it just seemed like so many different things were just happening. So finally we left. We didn't leave, actually. Our flight was supposed to leave at 12. We didn't end up leaving until 6 that day. Had a layover in Chicago. We was in Chicago for like 2 hours. So we end up actually not getting, we were supposed to get to Vegas at like 6. No, boo. I did my own hair, honey, boo. I don't let nobody do my hair. I don't know these people. Uh, yeah, so we actually were supposed to get here at like 6. We didn't end up getting here till like 12 o'clock at night. But we finally made it. We finally got here. It was just like a relief because I honestly felt like we weren't gonna get here. because it was just so many different things happening and going on. But we finally made it, and we made our way. And then my sister-in-law and brother-in-law came and got us from the airport, and so they pretty much took us to our house that we've never seen. Like, they pretty much did like all the touring for us for all the houses and stuff like that. We've never seen our house until we got here for the first time. When we first got to Vegas, we never knew what anything looked like, even though we trust their judgment, but we didn't get to see it ourselves in person. So when we got here, they brought us to the house for the first time and for us to see it for the first time. And of course, it was like, wow, like I said, the house pretty much caters to in the house, as far as the space, as far as the block, as far as just all the amenities in the house. Like, everything was just actually perfect. And like our bed furniture actually came too. So we wasn't sleeping on no air mattress or no floor, no nothing. We luckily, because actually the day before, when we were supposed to originally come on the 31st, our furniture came on the 31st as well. So let them in the house. They delivered everybody's beds, so we had beds and everything when we first got here, which was still great. Oh, that's what's up. I ain't want to move to Atlanta though. So we got here and it was just like, woo, we made it. We got here. It was great. Everything was great. It felt good. So we spent the night in our house. The first night on August 1st was officially when we officially got to Vegas. We got here August 1st. And it just felt so good. A lot of just anxiety and stress just was relieved once we finally got here. So going to the next day, which was August 2nd. Yeah, it's a lot. So the next day, now we're like, just trying to get stuff in that we don't. We didn't take any keys, anything. Just had clothes and that with us. We pretty much from scratch, whatever. So just out moving around, trying to get the things that we need to start. So, anytime, you know, my Wi-Fi was acting crazy. I just stopped my live because it was acting crazy. You got your Wi-Fi on, Jamal? Yeah, I don't know. What, you can't hear nothing? You said you're going in and out. Let me. Maybe it get better because it was acting crazy when I had the Wi-Fi on. Can y'all hear me now? I'm still going in and out. Maybe the way I was holding this. Am I still going in and out? I can't tell. Oh, okay, good. I just wanted them to respond and say they can hear me or not. Okay, good. So the second day we get here, it's like, okay, we moving around. Where we at, pretty much Walmart is like literally right around the corner, yo. Literally. So we went in Walmart. They probably thought we was scamming because the way they was watching, we had 2 cartfuls of any and everything you can possibly think of. We had to get just to get ourselves started. Mind you, the moving company came and got our stuff on July 24th. We did not get our stuff at that time yet. So we still needed to get like little stuff or whatever that we needed. Cause prior to that, I bought like brand new everything, far as like kitchen stuff, bathroom stuff, things like that we needed. So I did have it. I just didn't have it at that present moment because they didn't get here yet to bring our stuff. So we running around, and on top of that, the kids are getting ready to start school in like 6 days because they started school here on August the 7th. So we had an open house on August 4th with both of the kids on both of their schools. So we were like getting them ready for that, getting all the stuff that they needed for school, getting the stuff that we needed for the house, um, and just getting set, getting settled, just trying our best to get settled because we pretty much starting all over. And when you start over, if anybody know, like you be like, oh my God, I never even knew how much stuff you need just to live. So I mean, I'm talking about like little stuff, ketchup, mustard, seasonings, like all that stuff for your kitchen, like pots, pans, paper towels, toilet paper, all that stuff, everything. We pretty much had to buy everything for the houses in Harlem. Um so that was the second. Then the third, I got a phone call from the moving company. Well, actually, no, I called the moving company, and I'm calling them just to see the status of what's going on, where they at, where they at. We're coming to bring our stuff, and the guy is telling me that well, how it works is normally 10 to 14 days based off when you said that you were going to arrive. And I'm like, what do you mean? So he's like, yeah, like, I'm like, I thought it was basically like they came and got our stuff on July 24th. um and I'm thinking from July 24th till all the way until when we got here, I'm thinking like, okay, we'll link up with each other of, our stuff getting here. So he's like, oh, well, no, it's actually 14 days after when you said you was going to be here. And I'm like, yeah, I said I was going to be here July 31st. But I mean, we end up not coming until the 1st, but I'm still like, okay, July 31st. So the man is like, well, it's on the road. It's actually not going to get here until August 10th. So I'm like, what? August 10th? I'm like, it's only the 3rd. This is the 3rd. And he's, telling me that our stuff is not going to get here until August 10th. Hey, Rock. Um, So, and here come the anxiety for me because I'm like, oh my God, it's just, I can't believe that we're not going to get our stuff. Even though, it's like clothes and stuff like that, but it's still like stuff that we bought, TVs, things like that, brand new stuff that I'm like, we can't even really fully get settled because they have all of our stuff. So he like, also, yeah, by the way, I need you to get the remaining balance in cash. And I'm like, sir, I just came here. I don't know where no banks is at. I don't know. Yeah, I know. It's a mess. Um, I'm like, I don't know where no real banks. My bank is at. I gotta figure all that stuff out. We've literally only been here for 3 days at that time. So, I'm like, oh God, I gotta figure this out, whatever. And so he like, well, the Zelle thing works. If I want to Zelle the money, I can do it that way. So I actually end up Zelling the balance to them or whatever. So they finally get here, and when they get here with partial of our stuff, partial, because apparently the original truck that they picked our stuff up in, they switched it, and I don't know, put a little bit in one truck and put some in another truck, which is like, why are we switching trucks? Why are we, hey Joe, why are we doing all this extra stuff? I don't even understand why. So they here, it's two different people. It's two different new guys. It's not the same people that picked our stuff up. Which I mean, it's a company, so it's not really a thing. And they bring the stuff in, and like I'm like, this don't look like all of our stuff. So I call the guy. I'm like, what's going on? This is not all of our stuff. He's like, oh, well, we only can get the first truck that we had going out, pretty much. We can only get partial of your stuff on there, like 75%. I'm like, 75%? Like, you wanted me to pay you all the money, and you mean to tell me you only brought 75% of our stuff? And I'm not even going to tell you how we still don't have our stuff, y'all. And it's going on literally 2 months as of Sunday. These people still have our stuff. I need a lawyer. Anybody got a good lawyer who on here? We need one, because they think it's a game. We done already reached out to people that do the licenses and stuff for like these moving companies, everything. It's a mess. They partially communicating is bad. And I mean, the stuff that they had, like when the stuff that came, we did, well, like we got all of our TVs. We got a lot, like a majority of like the kitchen stuff. But they still got clothes. They got a lot of stuff that we still do not have, y'all, at all. Like, this shit is insane. Like, it's bad. It's really, really bad. They located in New Jersey. They call VIP Storage Moving Company. Like, we definitely looking for somebody that can help us, because we don't really have no access to these people to get to these people, because we are already in Las Vegas. Like, I have pictures. I have you ain't gonna be able to do that right there, Jamal. You too close. Um like, it's bad. Like, it's super bad. Like, I mean, I talked to them here and there. They sent me pictures of my stuff, saying how they going to get my stuff here, and stuff like that. And they apologize and all that, but I ain't trying to hear that. Like, they got all of my sneakers, y'all. Like, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my shoes. Like, I can't chalk this one. Like, I can't. It's bad. It's really, really bad. So that is, within itself, is still a headache with us. Like, we cool for the most part, but like, partial of our stuff is still only here, and it's still in New Jersey. And that's just been a whole headache alone and within itself. Like, trying to get in contact with these people, from their website going down all of a sudden, and their like, just their contact number. I couldn't get in contact with nobody for a while, and finally I did. And now they're like, they so sorry, they working so hard to try to get our stuff here. It's just been a mess. It's just been a whole freaking mess. Like, a whole headache with that, and just trying to get the rest of our stuff here or whatever. I had pictures, I had messages. So if anybody know a lawyer, inbox me, please. Please, 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 please. I don't know why they split the stuff up. It didn't make any sense to why they split the stuff up. Like, I still don't know. Like, they just pretty much said that, they had one truck that was coming out on the road, and it was already dropping stuff off. So they had somebody else stuff in the truck too when they brought us our stuff. So I don't know if it was because they didn't have any room or whatever the situation is. I have no idea, but it's just been a whole mess. It's just been a whole entire mess. Like, that is bad. It is super duper bad. And I try not to, let it bother me none, but it bothers the hell out of me. Trust me. I've just been still trying to move forward in the whole overall situation. And we, like I said, we've reached out to like their license company and everything else like that, but it's still at the bare minimum, because we're always over here and they're over there. So it's just been a mess. It's been a super duper mess. Um, and then they was like lying, talking about they told me one thing, but they didn't. Like, I don't. That's one thing I don't. When it comes to like handling business and being on point with what's going on, I pay attention to all that stuff. Like, I'm not just letting nobody just get over or say they said whatever. Definitely not doing that. But it's just been a whole mess, a whole mess. But besides that heartache and headache that we have going on, um, dealing with that uh, in that moment in that time. So that was the third, and then fast forward to like the fourth. The kids, we went to their schools, and hey, niece. We went to the kids' school, did their orientations. Like, the schools are like crazy amazing. Like, Idris School looks like a little baby college. Like, it was so cool. Just how they introduce all the kids and make them feel welcome, and it was just so cool. It was just like, dang, this is gonna be really a really nice experience for him because he's in the 8th grade. So we love you too. When y'all coming out? Where's my friend? Where my girlfriend at? Um, like I wanted his 8th grade year to be like good. So, this 8th grade year for him is like great. He in band, he playing uh flag football and regular football. Um, just interacting with the kids. He got friends already and all that. I don't know if anybody follow him on Instagram. But and then Harlem, her little school, like it was just so nice. They had good, nice introduction. Well, Idris's actually was a little bit better than Harlem's, but it was cool though. So it just been like overall, it's been good. That's been our only little minor little hiccup. Oh, no, it wasn't. So our car came. We did have our car travel. I'm trying to clap down Miss Davis. Huh? Um, our car came. So we had like got a new transmission probably like 6 months prior to us coming here. And so Jamal had some people come and bring our car, whatever. And we got our car shipped down here. And our transmission went again here. So another little minor hiccup. Car transmission went. Come to find out that the transmission that they put in the car was no good. So we had to put the car in the shop, get a whole new transmission for that. And it was just like, what is going on? Like, we ain't got no money. We're not rich. Like, what happened, Jamal? Jamal's phone died. So we had to put the car in the shop. So our car was in the shop, and still trying to get the kids ready for school. We don't. Oh yeah, and at that time, my sister-in-law, we were using her car, so that was, they were like super, super, super blessing, man. Like, my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, they really, really looked out for us while, during this whole overall transition and process and everything. Like, they really helped us out. Like, just from the car, just any type of help that we needed, it like really, really worked out. Like, they were super duper duper helpful. It was just all the stuff that was going on, but they were like riding, holding us down this whole entire time, which was great. And we really appreciate them for that, because man, it was just like one hiccup after another. Like, it wasn't a bad transition, but it wasn't an easy transition either. Like, it was still, you got to be mentally prepared to move wherever you move, because I mean, I don't think it matters. Even if you go across the country, it don't matter. But um, overall, like moving into the house, like it just waking up. I felt like I got like 3 hours of my life back because we're 3 hours behind, like the time frame. So it was only 6:40 here, while it's 9:40 at home. Like it took a little minute to get adjusted to. Yes, please do. But I definitely feel like it was well worth it. As far as like on the mental, it was well worth it. The change. Um, so getting the kids ready for school and um, getting them ready for school and just still getting the house settled and everything else like that. Um, we what was we doing? Oh, well, the car thing, and then the me look, work. So I was already working in a hotel while I was there, which was the Hilton in city down in the center city. But I was trying to get into MGM. So through the process of that was crazy too, because I had a Zoom interview with them one time, and they didn't even come on. They didn't even come on to the Zoom. It was just a mess at first. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Cause I mean, I wanted to go back to the same hotel because I was more familiar with the system. But I'm like, I want to get into MGM because I felt like it would be a little more beneficial to myself and to Jamal. Because I mean, if anybody know MGM, they know the type of traffic that they get, things like that. So I'm like, I think that would be a better opportunity for me to get into there. So I just was, persistent and, filling out applications, things like that. And we still probably only like 2 weeks in, but I was just like, I need to get back to work. I need to do this. I need to do that, which I didn't end up start working until probably like the end of August. Because I end up finally getting an interview with Luxor Hotel, and I end up getting a job and everything else like that, and that all worked out. But I didn't really start working with them until the end of August. So I had like a little time off. We were like hanging out with my sister-in-law and them, and just trying to figure out my ways around here, what's around here, and everything else like that. Kids start school on the 7th, so they were up and flowing. So they go to school from 7:40 till 2:15. I mean 2:11 here. So they got like a nice little time they in school, and then because the time is so behind, it's like everything is just slow and steady. It's no rush. It's no, you look up like, damn, it's 2 o'clock, I'll get these kids. No, it's like, oh, it's only 12. It's like real chill. The time is real chill. So um which is cool, which I like, because I don't feel like I got to rush for everything. When I was home, I just feel like everything was a rush. You look up, it's freaking 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Then you got to go back to sleep and get up and go to work tomorrow. It just was the same thing every day, which was a lot within itself. You ain't trying to get back on there?
Yeah, I'm going to charge up. I got the news on. Be good. I'm listening to your story. You got something good ass story. Yes.
Why you didn't just, uh, where's your other phone?
There's some guy like, this.
So, but, yeah, so we kind of just got the house settled. All the rooms is done. All the kids' rooms, bathrooms. We like actually fully settled in here, believe it or not. We got pretty fully settled in the house within a month. Like we got everything we needed, furniture, kids stuff, all that, fully settled completely, which is great. Like it feels good. I wouldn't change anything. Only thing I would change, of course, is this moving company situation. But everything else is like, I just am so happy that we moved. I feel like this was the best decision that we made for ourselves and our children. Um, and I wouldn't do anything different, and I wouldn't um, have it no other way. I feel like I'm glad we decided to move out of here, well, out of Philly, because it was just so much nonsense going on. And I got a 13-year-old son, and a lot of the nonsense that's going on is that age group. And I just would hate to hear or get a phone call if anything happening to my son. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So making a decision to move here was like the best decision, I feel like, for me and the family. I feel like it was great. Like, my job is cool. Besides the cyber stuff, I know y'all heard about that. That shit is a mess. It's getting better, but it's a mess. Their whole everything is messed up. I heard people winning all astronomical amount of money at MGM. What are you doing? But I don't know. Anybody got some questions? Because I think oh, I'm about to go see Beyonce in Houston, yo. Can't wait. On Friday, I'm out of here. Me and Beyonce. She about to just give it all. I'm going to the last concert, y'all. So y'all know it's about to be a banger. Can't wait. Me and my best friend. It's about to be amazing. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Super duper excited. Super duper duper. What are you doing, Jamal? So, yeah, I did. Yep. So, any questions before I get off? Like I said, if anybody know a good lawyer, let me know. Because we looking for one. Oh yeah, and if anybody that's interested in moving to, another state, and they're considering moving even over here, you have questions or concerns, and how just to go about the whole overall situation, definitely just reach out. We literally did this in 2 months. Like, we visited in May, just went straight head first into it afterwards. Like, we visited in May, made decision in June, just started like just getting the ball rolling, like everything from finding a house to getting the kids in school, um, and just doing everything we needed to do literally in like 2 months. Like, literally 2 months. Like, it was just like, we out. Come on, pack up. Whatever we need to do, I did. Made sure my kids had gotten school, everything, because they started school August 7th. So they've been in school for literally almost going into 2 months. Hey, hey. So like, I was just on my grind, like calling whoever, doing whatever I need to do to get us up and rolling into a whole nother state. Like, anything is possible. If you want to do it, I say go for it. Honestly, like,
Idris, come down here. Paul, come down here. Y'all got homework.
if you considering thinking about moving to another state, go for it. I say go visit, go check it out, see what it's about. see what it has to offer you. Um, and then if it makes sense, listen, just do it. Cause trust me, home and Philly is just different. It's not the same. It's just totally not the same. They're not offering the same. And it's a lot of job opportunities here. And the cost of living is here is cheap. Like it's not super expensive and you can be comfortable. Yeah, and they don't have like state taxes like Delaware, no state taxes, things like that. Like it's totally different. Totally, totally different. Like well worth it. I feel anyway. Like it's well worth it. Idris, turn that light on. Don't turn the fan on. So if nobody has no questions or anything like that, I'm going to cut this live short because I don't know what Jamal is doing. Hey, hey. Well, like I said, if anybody's just interested on just taking the steps to, transition into a different state, or whatever, you know, Jamal in there making. Why are you making noodles? It's rice in the cabinet. You could have just boiled some more. Thanks. I wish you the best tomorrow, girl. So, oh yeah, by the way, if any friends or family got my invitation, we are having our housewarming. And if you can't make it and you would like to be generous and get us something nice, I can send you our Target registry. We do have a registry at Target for those that can't make it. It's over now, Lynette. I'm about to get off, girl. Night. We having a housewarming and we having a New Year's party all one weekend. If you got the invitation, I sent it out. If you didn't get it, let me know. I'll send you one. If you're interested in coming, it's gonna be the last weekend of December. We doing a New Year's party, and then we also having our housewarming at the same time. And if you can't make it, and you would like to get her something or whatever, just to look out, and support. Let me know. I'll just inbox you the registry or whatever because we do have a registry. And hopefully soon we be able to get back into the flow of the Davises and Friends podcast because everybody's been asking about that. But moving and everything else like that, and everything else has been going on, just had us just focusing on that stuff, and trying to get back into the flow. And I really would like to have my couples retreat too in February if everybody stop acting scary and acting like they what they got going on is so personal and private. They don't want nobody to know. Right. Thanks, boo. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll inbox you our registry. Child, it ain't nothing crazy on there. Just everyday life stuff. Um, but we definitely appreciate everybody just supporting us thus far and everything that we've been having going on. And just through this whole overall journey, it's not over. Um, we probably just have a little update later on down the line just to see where we are. We only a month, almost 2 months in. Next month will be 2 months that we've been here, and everything's been rolling, back to normal. Actually, I feel like we're back to normal as if we were home working, and Jamal's trying to get a space, a shop or whatever here, so we trying to get that going or whatever. But overall, everything else is, still flowing like normal. School, kids, stuff like that, everyday life stuff. But it definitely was well worth the transition for sure. Like I said, if you looking to move into another state, wherever it is, it don't have to necessarily be here. Go check it out, see what's going on, see what's around. Check out if you have children, go check out their school systems, everything, because I just feel like Philly has ran its course. And if you are the type of person that wants to grow and flourish and have better, it ain't there. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, to just disappoint, it's not there. It's just, I mean, at least it wasn't for us. Um, I felt like we were just at a standstill, and moving has, opened up other things for us. And, that's what I like. That's what I wanted, especially for the kids, to be kids. My kids can be kids now. Like, they don't got to worry about all the nonsense that's going on. Like, they can be children. And that I do appreciate. So again, you know, thanks for coming. If you don't have any questions or anything about just what we've been talking about in these last 3 episodes, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Like I said, if anybody's interested in the housewarming, coming, things like that, let me know. I'll inbox you all the information. And we'll be back soon with our podcast, hopefully in the next weeks or 2. And I'll be more information about the couples thing too, because I want to actually have the first one here. It would be nice. I've seen a couple Airbnbs or whatever, but until then, it's been real, y'all.